Okay, this is just a quick little video. This does not mean I'm gonna put a lot of effort into it. My editor Alex is gonna do basically all the editing. Keep a note that this exactly is just like a little video for my English class, so you will see a lot of errors that my editor does while recording. So don't think this is gonna be a full edited video. And now the end is near. And so our phase. Oh shit. That sounds weird. Anyway. Okay, let's get back to the actual thing. Welcome to the video. To be quite frank, so you may not know what is my hobby. What do I like? So what is Gundam? I mean, what is Gundam? What is it? What is this hobby? What is this? What is this thing that you're looking at on screen right now? What is this? What is that? Gundam is a hobby. I'm pretty simple forward. A hobby is where you like something and you do it for fun, or like a business or something. Gundam is basically my whole thing. I like massive robots that humans can pilot, and exactly those funny little robots.
That's impossible! How could this be happening?
The shield has lost half its strength. Wing Zero's aim is accurate to 1/100th of a unit. This shelter will collapse for certain if it's hit again in the same place.
Stop it! Don't you realize Relena Peacecraft is in here?
Hero.
Massive robots fight other massive robots from a different side. But what is Gundam? Like, what is it? Like, what does the meaning of the show really mean? Well, Gundam, Japanese, have Gundam Ao Shitsu is a Japanese military science fiction and a Japanese military science fiction media franchise created by Yoshiyuki Tomino and Sunrise, now a division of Bandai Namco Filmworks. The franchise features giant robots or mecha known as Gundam. The franchise began in the premiere of the anime series Mobile Suit Gundam. Basically, 1979, Toshiyuki Tomino wanted to make a series. Right? It's called Mobile Suit Gundam. The name Gundam is a bit more different for what we hear. I mean, I could pull up a random image of, let's say, Azaku 2, which is this guy who looks cylindrical, looks green and everything. Doesn't look like a Gundam. But if I pull up an image of the RX-70-2, which is the main Gundam that the main person uses, like the main character, y'all will know that's a Gundam. On April 7th, 1979, which is defined the real robot mecha anime genre by depicting giant robots, including the original titular mecha, in a militaristic setting. The popularity of the series and its merchandise spawned a multimedia franchise, which means that the series was so big that it basically changed all of anime. But how is it popular? Why is it popular? Why do people like this series? Well, if we look at here, this that we're looking at a Gundam, and I could show a footage. Everything about the Gundam series. The Gundam series isn't just a series, it's a series that actually revolutionized the entire genre of robots and in general anime. Like, here's an example. Your favorite anime, game, genre, movie can be based upon Gunpla or Gundam in general. Your favorite anime that has a mobile suit can be based upon Gunpla. I mean, every single time you watch a mecha anime or whatever, there will be a pilot with a giant robot, and they fight against other giant robots depending on what. But let's get back to the point. It was a multimedia franchise that included over 50 TV series, films, and OVAs, which is original. I don't know what it was. Also has manga, novels, and video games, along with a whole industry of plastic model kits known as Gunpla. Basically, they're figures. They're basically figures that you build depending on what grade. I, for one, build real, high, master, verka, and perfect grades, and all the grades that you can think of. Back to the point, which accounts over 90% of Japanese character plastic model kits. Academies in Japan have also taken interest in the series. In 2008, the Virtual Gundam Academy was planned as the first academic institution based on an animated TV series. That's how big Gunpla is in Japan. In Japan, it was so big that it got its own first academy. I think their first academy. It's called the Virtual Gundam Academy. So yeah. As of 2022, the Gundam franchise is fully owned by Bandai Namco. If you don't know who they are, you might know them for their most iconic games, from what I've heard, or maybe you have seen. I'll pull up some images, some videos of what they have done. Alex, you can randomly pull up what they do. The Gundam third production. Bandai Namco Filmworks, which is a company that basically makes decisions of what's going to come out for the other companies. For example, a Sunrise wants to produce something like Hathaway's Flash, which is producing a new thing. Well, they had to get permission from Bandai Namco, from what I'm correct, to get all the Filmworks. The Gundam franchise has grossed over $5 billion in retail sales by 2000, which is a big number in this type of year. For comparison, $5 billion is crazy work for a series that nobody knows. Some people around the world know about Gundam, but not a lot of people, because exactly Gundam sort of does a lot of things for it. In the first quarter of the fiscal year 2026, April, June of 2025, the Gundam franchise generally approximated 65.4 billion yen, which is about basically converting. Let's convert dollars to yen, which is basically $430 $443 million in IP related revenue, making it Bandai Namco's highest earning intellectual property during that period. Sorry, I just came back from reading. Driven by successes across streaming, model kits, theatrical releases, and experimental tourism initiatives. Now, I could just say this: gunplay is hard to get into. In comparison, a lot of people who I've talked to telling them, "Oh, gunplay's very easy." Gunplay's very. So I told them, gunplay's easy to get into. But there's a reason why the series is so hard to get into in general. Well, this series actually has a lot of stuff. Why can't people get into the series? Well, it's a militaristic view. The guy Toshino grew back in the 40s, and exactly during the 40s, World War II was happening, and so he wanted to take approach of the Axis versus the good guy thing. So, what did he do? He basically converted like the evil mustache guy, the mustache guy, I don't know, and exactly made this Principality of Zeon. They wanted independence from the Earth Federation, which is basically like the UN, but just way bigger. What was the innovation of the genre, though? What was it? How did this genre of machines innovate the entire history of mobile suits and massive robots that we see? Back in the day, massive robots were basically this: a hero fights a bad guy, they get a helper, they get a sidekick, or someone helps out to fight the said bad guy. That's it. Well, Mobile Suit Gundam is credited by with pioneering with the real robot subgenre of mecha anime. Basically, it's credited as, if not the best mecha anime that we see today. Yes, it was made back in 1979, and the animation weren't good per se, but this anime innovated the idea of massive robots fighting in like this. Here's an example. Let's pull up footage of Gundam Wing, which is not part of the series, which is not a canon series to the actual Universal Century. Let's pull up a random video of Gundam, a random show from Gundam. The subgenre of mecha anime distancing itself from the fantastical super robot scene by introducing realistic mechanics, energy limitations, and equipment failures. The franchise integrated plausible science such as large-rated points, all-neo cylinder, colonies, and helium-3 energy, which is speculative constructed by Minkowski physics. The Minkowski physics is basically, it's like we discovered gravity. That's how big of a discovery the Minkowski particle was back in the day. The Minkowski's physics. To support its mechanics, with sweeping narratives and political dimensions, also aligned with space opera genre. A recurring theme includes genetically advanced humans known as new types. Basically, here's an example. If I go like this, naturally, if suddenly I could read your emotions, I could read your thoughts, I could talk to you in a fourth wall thing, like a fourth wall view. I could talk to you, you could talk to me. If a person has new type abilities, they can both talk to each other through thoughts and mind, and know what those person's emotions and feelings are. That's how powerful those things are. Endowed with extraordinary perceptions and enhanced piloting capabilities and interpersonal empathy, which is kind of impressive for people who are living in space, which are called space noids. They're basically like, it's like a diversity. We have Earthlings, which is us. We live on planet Earth. The people who didn't move to space, we're called Earthlings, Earthnoids actually, Earthlings. Yeah. And the people who move to space are called space noids. But it might get complicated since then it's hard to explain the entire Universal Century lore in under one go. Okay, what about the timeline? What about the timeline in Universal Century? Most of the franchise entries are set in the Universal Century, which is basically in short order, UC. Everybody says it in UC since then it's way easier to pronounce it, but I like to say it in Universal Century. Its original timeline spanning from UC 0079, the 1 Year War. Basically, when I mean 1 Year War, I could pull up an image or like a text saying how many people died. Yeah, that's how many people died during the 1 Year War. That was in a couple of weeks, from what I'm correct. In those couple of weeks, 4 billion have died. That's how bad the 1 Year War was. And beyond. Alternative universes such as a Cosmic Era, which is basically from a whole different series called Gundam Seed. It's a whole different Gundam anime, and I will not be talking about this one here. And EG, Gundam Seed, and a the mini era called Gundam 00, which is another series from another series. Present standalone narratives inspired by, but not bound to, the Universal Century. This basically means that there are other shows with different timelines and basically from different whatever. So let's say if I wanted to say, oh, look at that series. That series has a whole different meaning and characters. That's a whole different series and timeline. What about spin-offs? I mean, there's a lot of spin-offs in this exactly. A lot of stuff there. Why am I? Why do I like this series? Well, it actually changed my entire life. Ever since I was a little kid, I started building these little toys, going from just high grades to master grades, and now every single line. I have third-party, official, and not exclusive ones, but ones that I could get. Right now, on my side right here, there is a custom Vidar, which is basically this kit, which is a model kit. This series, this entire thing, was supposed to be like it wasn't supposed to be this little thing where exactly I could just build and exactly that. No, it keeps your mind distracted. It helps you like get yourself relieved. It helps you calm down throughout everything that's going on. It kind of helps out with what is life. And I always want to say this. Thank you. Thank you for the people who have supported me throughout all of this, throughout all the things that I wanted to do in my life with Gunpla and in general. I'm still a freshman and I'm already learning stuff immediately that I didn't know what to do. And I'm learning a lot of stuff from Gunpla and also in real life, but mainly Gunpla in real life. They both helped me throughout my entire life. Even after all the things that I've done wrong and right, I still have this series, this hobby as my sweet spot, like just my sweet spot to get away from life and everything that I've seen or I've done or what if people do. Gunpla is a sweet spot in my heart. Why? Because it's what helped me through. I've been through so much pain and so much stuff that exactly this series was the only reason that I'm still here. If I suddenly went to the clouds, if you know what I mean, I wouldn't be here. But people who I know in online and real life helped me through, and even Gunpla. Mainly Gunpla was the one who saved me. Nah, she saved me. I'm joking. Specifically helped me through a lot. That's what I mean. It helped me through a lot of stuff in life, and exactly I wanted to give a huge thanks to everyone who I know in real life. I know that people who I know like Natalia, Jaden, whoever I know, any of my friends. I know that Jaden knows he cares about me. He's a bro. He's a homie. Natalia, I haven't talked to her because since then, I know she doesn't she doesn't care, but I still care for old friends of mine. I still care about them. Even after all these years, I still care about them. What are my final thoughts? This series is what I call my sweet spot. My true self. Thanks for seeing this. And I am gonna make new videos. It's just like a quick little video that I'm making for English. Just see you on the side.